I'm a bit disappointed. I didn't want Tuchel in the first place, and not to do with like being a gammon or anything. I don't think that managers should come from other countries anyway. I think the whole point of international, is that it's your best against their best. No, but the whole point of international football is that. Because if you're allowed to have a different manager who is one of the most important parts of your team, that's like saying, oh, you can have 3 non-English players then. Or you can have 1 non-English player. It doesn't really make any sense.
What about club football?
No, but club football is different.
No, but football's in that country.
No.
Is the clubs in that country?
No. I just think the whole nature of an international tournament, like the Olympics or like the World Cup, is that you have the best of yours against the best of theirs. It doesn't really seem to make. It doesn't seem to make much sense. I don't care. I don't care from a nationalistic point.
No, I do see
logically,
your point.
It doesn't really make very much sense.
To me, I don't think it matters.
Neither do I.
No, I don't think it matters that much.
It would just be like
it
would just be like a preference, is what you're saying.
It's not even a preference. I just think logically, the point of having international sports is that you have people who are representing that country. Let's not pretend that like the manager isn't
the players,
but the manager is also incredibly important.
Yeah.
So it seems a bit illogical to have for the manager to just be allowed to be from anywhere.
The Germans and the British are quite close together anyway, in culture-wise. Do you know that? They actually are.
I don't.
And also, it's like if Tuchel had an English dad, would he be allowed to manage? Because a lot of the players that play for England have heritages from different countries. I don't think it really matters, in my opinion.
I don't care from an emotional point. I'm not bothered. I don't even feel that English. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
My point is that I just think the whole point of separating teams by nationality should also include everyone, and the manager is a big part of that. So to me, it just seemed a bit odd. And I also think
English managers
I don't know. For me, like I look at other sports, right? So cricket, we haven't got an English coach. These guys from New Zealand. If when we won things in it, nobody cares. In many other sports like tennis, you'll have a coach. He ain't an English coach. Andy Murray's coach.
But a manager is more.
I hear what you're saying.
A manager is more important.
Does it matter?
No.
It don't matter to me.
It shouldn't matter.
If Tuchel wins us the World Cup, you think
no one will care.
Anybody's going to care?
No one will care.
And I don't care. I don't care that Tuchel's there. I'm not bothered. I just think it's a bit illogical to have a manager who's not.
Yeah,
from
but why? In our other sports, nobody complains about
the Nigerian coach, for example. Now he's not Nigerian. He's Malian. Now, just going back to your and I use club football as an example. All the Arsenal, Man City, and Tottenham, and various clubs in the Premier League are all English clubs, right? And within that, we have the Champions League, the Europa. So they have to then compete against other European clubs. So it doesn't matter that they are foreign players. I'm not trying to make this I'm not personally aiming this at you, but I'm saying, what's the difference between international and club football? Because club football play international as well. They play other clubs from other countries.
But there's a reason that no international manager has ever won any tournament, the World Cup, from being from a different place. You know that, right? Like every single manager who's won the World Cup has been from that country.
Have they? That's a mad stat.
Yeah, because international football, when you really think about it, think about who wins the tournaments, right? And this is my only thing. I actually don't care. As I've said to you, I don't even feel that English. I'm not that bothered. Look at me. I don't care. But when you actually think about international football, it's a lot less about tactics and players, and it's a lot more about passion and vibes.
Yeah.
Ireland, we're talking about, who just beat Hungary like 3-2, who might be going to the World Cup. Look at their team. That's not a team that should be at the World Cup. They're there because they have unbelievably passionate fans. They have unbelievable passionate support. Same with Wales. Think about Wales when they got to the quarterfinal. They beat Belgium. That's because the Wales fans completely swamped every single stadium and gave them that extra lift. And I think international football is based a lot more on like passion and vibes, which is why if I was in charge of the FA, I would personally want a manager who is from this country.
Who would you go
so
for?
That they can bring that.
All right, if you had to do that right now.
In an ideal world.
Ideal world, but if you had to
Eddie Howe, probably.
Eddie Howe probably would have been the one that they would have naturally gone for, I think, after Gareth Southgate. If you go back when England didn't have, who did we have before?
Southgate.
Before Southgate, obviously we had Sven, then we had
Sam Allardyce for about 2 weeks before he got
sacked. Like I think that there was, especially when we went for Southgate, like the England squad and the England setup was so fractured and disjointed, and I think that the lack of like the lack of togetherness between the fans and the team as well, that they needed someone that was English to bring it back together, if that makes sense, and just kind of set the tone as like, we are one as a country, we are one as a team, like we're going to start bonding, because it's no secret that when we kind of had that golden generation when we was growing up, like the Rios and you know, Scholes, etc., all of those players, that it was very fragmented. So I think that there is a purpose of having the manager being from the same nationality as those players. I think it's a different thing when it comes to the Premier League. Like the Premier League is beautiful and amazing because it is so multicultural and you have players coming over from every different league. But I think when it's an international tournament, I do see. I don't really care either way, to be honest.
I don't care.
But I don't massively care about international tournaments apart from when you get there. But I do see what you mean, that there is a benefit of having that, because I think it brings maybe even more of a togetherness.
I've got a question for all of you, right?
Yeah.
It's so
all right.
annoying.
What about with your team, your club team, right? So, Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal. Is it important, or do you not care if, like, say you got like Wolves? I think the other day, like literally every player is from abroad. Does that matter to you?
No.
It does to me. I want one Scouse player in there. I do want one Scouser in Liverpool, at least one.
But that's about them being Scouts.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's not about
them.
Yeah.
It's not about the
because
nationality.
It doesn't really matter to me about the international thing, but yes, it does for me.
If I'm being honest here, I want a couple of English players in there. I do. Like, I look at it and I think to myself, you know, you see, we'll walk out of here now, and we'll drive down the road, and there'll be kids over there playing football.
From that standpoint, yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Kids in Islington playing football, kids in Toxteth, wherever. I want to see some of them on the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
because it means more when they come through your
Saka
Yeah.
playing for Arsenal. I love the fact that
beautiful.
I love the fact that we've got like and remember, Arsenal was one of them teams that back in the day, like we were the sort of one of the first teams that brought in so many foreign players. But which, you know, listen, we were winning things and it was great. I kind of like the fact that now we've got Saka, Wanyeri,
Homegrown
Rice,
players.
like, you know what I mean?
It gives them
want
hope,
that.
definitely, especially for
We've got
somebody
some
like
players
myself.
in the England team. I remember when I went to the World Cup in Russia, we had no Arsenal players in that England team. You had about 6 Spurs players in there. There was not one. I was watching England because I like to watch England. I was like, not even one Arsenal player in this team. Come on.
Yeah, because
it
makes you have more of a connection to that team.
Yeah.
I don't think I would necessarily care if everyone wasn't.
Every single player is.
Do you know my actual main thing when it comes to Spurs? I understand the benefit of having it because you know what the club's about. You've been in the system. You play for the badge, but then you can also play for the badge so much just coming in as a player and love that club so much.